This is a very significant development concerning energy. Researchers disprove their own work by producing power from Earth's rotation. A trio of U.S. researchers claim to have successfully tested predictions that it is possible to harvest clean energy from the natural rhythms and processes of our planet, generating electricity as Earth rotates through its own magnetic field. Though the voltage they produced was tiny, the possibility could give rise to a new way to generate electricity from our planet's dynamics, alongside tidal, solar, wind, and geothermal power production. In 2016, Princeton astrophysicist Christopher Chiba and JPL planetary scientist Kevin Hand challenged their own proof that such a feat ought to be impossible. The researchers have now uncovered empirical evidence that their proof-breaking idea may actually work, as long as the shape and properties of the conducting material in their methods are set to very specific requirements. And this small demonstration system generates a continuous DC voltage and current of the low predictable magnitude, the researchers write in their recent paper. In the early 20th century, American physicist Samuel Barnett resolved a nagging question over the non-rotation of the magnetic field with respect to its moving electric magnet. While the proposed difference in velocity between the field and its magnet ought to allow for a voltage to form, proofs such as the one Chiba and Hand spelled out in their 2016 paper showed it was not possible. The reason was simple. Any electrons pushed by Earth's magnetic field would quickly rearrange themselves and cancel out any difference in charge. There were some assumptions at work, however, which, together with spectral sensor solution scientist Thomas Chuba, the scientists set out to challenge with a rather specific set of circumstances. To test them, the team used a 29.9 centimeter, almost 1 foot long hollow cylinder made from manganese zinc ferrite, a material chosen to encourage magnetic diffusion where magnetic fields are less tightly constrained. The cylinder was placed in a pitch black windowless laboratory to minimize photoelectric interference and angled in such a way as to make it perpendicular to both Earth's rotation and magnetic field. And after all was measured and accounted for, a voltage of 18 microvolts remained. This small potential disappeared when different cylinders were used, or the same cylinder was set at a different angle, suggesting it was being generated by Earth's rotation. The device appeared to violate the conclusion that any conductor at rest with respect to Earth's surface cannot generate power from its magnetic field, says Christopher Chiba. The researchers observed the same response from the material in a second location, this time in a residential building rather than a laboratory. It's exciting and promising research, but we should not get carried away at this early stage. And indeed, the researchers themselves are being cautious. We're talking about a very small amount of electricity here, generated with a very specific experimental setup. Both papers, 2016 and 2025, talk about how it might be scaled up, but none of that has been demonstrated, and it might well prove not to be possible, says Christopher Chiba. And in any case, the first thing that needs to happen is that some independent group needs to reproduce or rebut our results with a system closely similar to our own, he said. And the research has been published in Physical Review Research. This is by David Neal on Science Alert. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.